Good morning friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, the PDF for today's session has already been uploaded. You can download the PDF from our Telegram group. आप जाके PDF जो है डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. It is available on our Telegram group. So Pooja, Mohit, Vicky, Nilesh, good morning. So the PDF has been uploaded. You can download the PDF. Samjukta, good morning. ऋतुराज, गुड मॉर्निंग. सो विक्की, गौतम यादव, अभी हो जाएगा सब कुछ, थोड़ा पेशेंस रखो. द सेशन हैज़ नॉट स्टार्टेड येट. ओके, तो आज का सेशन अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ है, थोड़ा पेशेंस रखिए आप. यमनदीप, गुड मॉर्निंग. चलिए, इन अनदर 1 minute वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग दिस सेशन. इन अनदर 1 minute वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग दिस. चलिए, बैठ गई। So friends, let's start the session. There was a disruption due to power cut, and still the power is not there, but we are somehow trying to continue this session through mobile internet. Okay, so disruptions might be there because the connectivity is poor here. So let's see what exactly is there for us. Now here we have this statement by Immanuel Kant. Okay, now he was a deontologist. According to him, in law, a man is guilty when he violates the rights of others. In ethics, he is guilty if he only thinks of doing so. So you need to understand one thing. This is the ultimate concept of ethics. That even the thinking about something wrong, that is unethical. आप किसी का बुरा चाहोगे, आपका चाहना मात्र ही वो अनएथिकल हो जाएगा. This is what Immanuel Kant used to say. We do understand it is difficult, okay, but this concept is very important. And why do we study ethics? Ethics हमें पढ़ाया क्यों जाता है और हम पढ़ क्यों रहे हैं यहाँ पे? So basically when we talk about imposition of checks and balances, अपने ऊपर अगर आप अपने आप को रोकते हो तो चेक्स की बात करते हैं, then you should know that self check is the best solution. That instead of law being coming into picture, कानून तो बाद में आएगा, कानून हमेशा क्राइम के बाद में आएगा, but the ethics of a person will be able to stop that person from doing wrong. उस व्यक्ति के एथिक्स ही होंगे जो उसे हेल्प करेंगे from doing anything wrong. That's the most significant point you have to understand. That's why here we are seeing that even if you are thinking wrong about even if you are thinking about doing something wrong, then itself it is unethical. This is what Immanuel Kant used to say. कि सोचना मात्र ही आपका अनएथिकल हो जाएगा. And the point is very critical because see whatever actions that we see in our life, जो भी action हम करते हैं, they are basically generated out of your thought process. Your thoughts will develop into actions. So it is really very important that at the thinking level itself you should be clean in your mind, कि सोचने में ही आप एकदम से क्लैरिटी के साथ चीजों को सोचें. This is what Kant used to say. Okay, so we'll move to the next part now. Now, as you can see on the screen, Nupur should have apologized. This is what Supreme Court is saying. Okay, now Supreme Court, like, definitely, there are some sections in the society which are blaming the Supreme Court. They are saying that the role of the Supreme Court is not to come out with the lectures. Okay, Supreme Court का काम lecture देना नहीं है, सजा सुनाना है. This is what people are saying, and that's why they have they are having this view that the Supreme Court judge should not have taken this path. वो अपना जजमेंट सुनाते और आगे जाते. So here Supreme Court is also saying that Nupur Sharma should have apologized, because definitely, like, if you see the Muslim world, okay, अगर आप Muslim world देखेंगे, so Prophet Muhammad is one entity which unites the whole Muslim world, and that's why saying anything against Prophet Muhammad is not liked by them. As simple as that. This is how you need to understand. This is what Supreme Court has said, and that Supreme Court has said that the spokesperson should have apologized. Okay, she did apologize, but now, okay, things have passed. Whatever damage that was done, that damage has already been done. वो damage अभी भी हो चुका है. Things have improved now. चीजें आगे बढ़ गई हैं. Okay, so we'll move to the next part. Your next news is regarding Uddhav questions the rationale for BJP alliance with Sena faction. Okay, so here I will not get into this debate of politics. I'll just look into the exam related content, and here the exam related content is said coalition form of government. कि coalition form of government अगर हो, so is it more advantageous or single party government is more advantageous? Which is more advantageous, coalition government or single party government? Okay, so this is what the whole debate is, because we have seen right now the government has been formed in Maharashtra, and BJP and the faction of Shiv Sena, they have formed the government. But the point is this: how successful this government is going to be, and what are the things that we will be looking into. So let's look into the merits and the demerits of the coalition form of government. कि भी coalition form of government की merits और demerits क्या होती हैं. So first of all, you need to understand one thing. This coalition form of government, it accommodates diverse interest, because here leaders from different sections of the society, अलग अलग सेक्शंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी, अलग अलग रीजन से आते हैं यहाँ पे. ठीक है ना? बिकॉज इन कोएलिशन देयर विल बी, यू कैन से, रोल दैट इज टू बी प्लेड बाय द रीजनल पार्टीज. ओके, रीजनल पार्टीज का भी रोल होता है. सो इन दिस वे द गवर्नमेंट दैट यू विल बी फॉर्मिंग इज गोइंग टू एड्रेस द डाइवर्स, यू कैन से, इंटरेस्ट दैट आर देयर इन आवर कंट्री. डाइवर्स ओपिनियन आप सुनते हो, देर इज डिबेट, डिस्कशन, एंड देन यू विल कम आउट विद द कंक्लूजन. ओके, सो इन दिस वे इट इज फ्रूटफुल, काफी ठीक ठाक फ्रूटफुल नजर आता है. एंड द पार्ट इज दिस, व्हेन यू हैव representation from different sections of the society in the government itself, it gives you a chance to address grievances of different sections of the society. अलग अलग sections of the society हैं, उनके grievances आप address करते हो, and it is saying that this is also strengthening the democracy. यहाँ से आपकी democracy भी strengthen होगी. That's the point here. Okay, and another important thing is that look at the type of country that India is. India is a diverse country. Diversity of language, region, religion, that is there in India. काफ़ी ज़्यादा diverse हमारी country है. ठीक है ना? So that diversity is existing. Now, as this diversity is existing, so it is important that we need to have the representation from different sections of the society. भी जो भी सरकार आपकी बन रही है उसके अंदर रिप्रेजेंटेशन जो है वो डिफरेंट सेक्शंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी का होना चाहिए. सो एज वी लुक इनटू द रिप्रेजेंटेटिव नेचर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, सो दिस इज ऑल्सो राइट, दिस इज ऑल्सो राइट. अगर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव नेचर की बात करेंगे तब भी ये बिल्कुल ठीक होगा, ठीक है ना. दैट्स द पॉइंट. A coalition government comprises different political parties having their own ideologies and agendas. But when the government is formed, concurrence of all the partners are taken. So it is basically a consensus based politics. So if you have coalition parties, coalition government, then you will have a consensus based government. Consensus based government बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे यहाँ पे. There will be debate and discussion, okay, and interests of the different sections of the society will be addressed in that. So this is the benefit of consensus based governance, and we want in a democratic setup consensus based governance is the best solution, क्योंकि by that with the help of the consensus making activity you will be able to address the problems of all sections of the society. जितनी भी समस्याएं हैं आप सबकी सुनोगे and then you will come out with the solution, and that solution will come out with the consensus. consensus करने का एक और benefit क्या होता है? When you have a consensus, it means that it is acceptable to all. It is acceptable to all. This is also one of the additional benefit we are going to get out of it. Now, another benefit that coalition government is going to bring is that it is going to strengthen your federal fabric. आपके फेडरलिज्म को इंप्रूव करता है ये, ठीक है ना. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है यहाँ पे, बिकॉज डिफरेंट रीजनल पार्टीज, स्टेट बेस्ड पार्टीज, दे विल हैव देयर रिप्रेजेंटेशन इन द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, एंड दिस इज हाउ द रिलेशनशिप विल गेट स्ट्रेंथन्ड. अगर आपके यहाँ पे सपोज तमिलनाडु से कोई पार्टी है, उनका यहाँ पे कोलिशन पार्टनर बनते हैं वो सेंटर के अंदर, सो दे विल हैव सम से, they will have some say, and this is how it is acceptable. Now the more major benefit that we are going to get, it reduces the chances of despotic role. अब देखो, there are chances that a single party government will get despotic, that they will stop listening to others, the leadership stop listening to others, वो सिर्फ अपनी बनाएंगे, अथॉरिटेरियन हो जाएंगे. So those tendencies are to be curtailed, those tendencies are to be reduced by this particular coalition form of government, कि कोई पार्टी, कोई सिंगल पार्टी का डोमिनेशन नहीं होगा एंड कोई सिंगल लीडर का डोमिनेशन नहीं होगा. दैट्स द बेनिफिट वी आर गोइंग टू गेट. ओके, नाउ लेट्स लुक इनटू सम ऑफ द डीमेरिट्स दैट आर देयर. अब कुछ एक डीमेरिट देखते हैं जो यहाँ पे हमें कोalition के नजर आते हैं. सो वन थिंग इज दैट एज द पार्टी मूविंग आउट ऑफ कोलिशन, अब देखो कोलिशन से कोई बाहर चला गया, ठीक है ना, इफ अ पार्टी मूव्स आउट ऑफ कोलिशन the government will fall. The same thing happened as earlier, it was BJP Shiv Sena coalition. Starting अंदर तो यही थे ना, BJP Shiv Sena coalition. Shiv Sena moved out and joined hand with NCP Congress. Okay, so right now again Shiv Sena moved out and joined hand with BJP. So this is how things are done. This is how things are done, and the whole government is going to be unstable. आपकी पूरी सरकार काफ़ी अनस्टेबल होगी, ठीक है ना. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट मे नॉट बी इवन एबल टू कंप्लीट द 5-year टर्म, 5 साल का टर्म भी शायद कंप्लीट ना कर पाए. अदर पॉइंट इज दैट वेन एवर देर इज डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन अमंग द मेंबर्स, देर आर चांसेस दैट द गवर्नमेंट विल फॉल, कोलैप्स होने के चांसेस रहते हैं. ओके, so I would like to tell you a story. So we signed this civil nuclear deal with United States. Okay, so when we were signing this civil nuclear deal, at that time the Communist Party of India, they moved out of coalition. So Congress की सरकार थी and they moved out of coalition. So at that time there was a threat, okay, to the rule of, you can say, to the government. तो ये समस्या ऐसे बन जाती है दैट द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक डिसीजन ऑन देयर ओन, दे विल ऑलवेज बी प्रेशराइज्ड, ठीक है ना. कोलिशन पार्टनर हमेशा अपना प्रेशर डालते रहेंगे. दिस इज हाउ द प्रॉब्लम इज. ओके, सो प्राइम मिनिस्टर, इवन द प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैव टू कंसल्ट द कोलिशन पार्टनर्स. अब देखो हाउ इट वाज डन, यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट 2G स्कैम. ओके, 2G स्कैम आपने सुना होगा. सेट सी दैट मिनिस्टर राजा, ही वाज फ्रॉम DMK, ठीक है ना, he wasn't from, you can say, Congress party. So he was from DMK. So this is how the problem is. Your prime minister, his hands are bound, his hands are tied. He cannot take any decision against your coalition government और द कोलिशन पार्टनर. अपने कोलिशन पार्टनर के अगेंस्ट वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता. एंड दोज कोलिशन पार्टनर दे विल एक्ट एज अ किंग मेकर एंड दे विल स्टार्ट डोमिनेटिंग द डिसीजन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. बिल्कुल वो गवर्नमेंट के डिसीजन को डोमिनेट करना शुरू करते हैं. दिस इज हाउ द पॉइंट इज. अदर इज दैट द रीजनल फैक्ट्स will come into the national decision making. Now there are important things that are to be discussed. Okay, so at the national level you have another type of problem. Suppose say in our foreign policy the government have to decide things as per the interest of India, ठीक है ना. But we have seen the parties from Tamil Nadu, they have impacted India Sri Lanka relation. कहीं ना कहीं वो इंडिया श्रीलंका रिलेशन को इम्पैक्ट करते रहे हैं इन द पास्ट. ओके, ऑन द इशू ऑफ तमिल्स एंड ऑल. सो दिस इज हाउ your national politics, your national policies will have a regional, you can say, flavor in that, and we don't want that. So these are the problems that are existing with the coalition form of government. Okay, so we'll move to the next part now. सीधा चलते हैं आगे editorial section के ऊपर. Other than that there is nothing much in between. कुछ भी खास यहाँ पे नहीं आया है. Okay, so here we are moving towards the editorial section and let's see what else is there in our editorial. Okay, so clear signals the fringe out to read. Okay, so here we know that this particular incident of Nupur Sharma, like she has damaged India's, you can say, interest, specifically when we talk about West Asia. Okay, because in the West Asia, like why West Asia? So we have seen this particular issue. So when we talk about this thing, it is important that we respect the sentiments of different community members that are there in the world. Okay, so our national security advisor, he accepted this, that this controversy has damaged India's global reputation. Okay, so why it has damaged India's global reputation? So when you talk about secularism, so Indian secularism is different from the Western secularism. Western secularism will say that separation of state and religion. Okay, that at any point state and religion should be separated. This is what Western definition of, you can say, secularism will say. Indian secularism will talk about respecting all religion, treating them equally, So it was said that our secularism is more assimilating, सबको साथ में लेके चलने वाला है, more inclusive. Okay, this is what was said regarding Indian secularism. And here the statement made by Ms. Nupur Sharma, she has categorically damaged the image of India. That has been pointed out here. And we should never forget few things, that Muslims are closely integrated in Indian society. You cannot separate them. आप बिल्कुल उनको अलग करके नहीं देख सकते हो. We have seen it multiple times. So you have the live example of ISIS. Now very few Indian Muslims, they joined ISIS. Okay, so they had faith in Indian constitution and they live by that. That's the point. They have faith in Indian constitution, and we should never give up this particular point. We should never forget this particular point. ये कभी भी हमें नहीं भूलना है. So there were way more number of, you can say, foreign nationals, American, French and Britishers who joined ISIS. इंडिया से बहुत कम थे. And this is how the Indian Muslim is also different. और ये बात हमें समझनी है यहाँ पे, ठीक है ना, ये बात हमें समझनी है. We know that religionization of politics or politicization of religion is the major cause of this problem, and all problem the present one, we know that the those murderers were having some association with Pakistan. ये भी यहाँ पे समझ में आता है, ठीक है ना? So this is what we have to understand, that your Muslims in India, they have respect for Indian constitution and they live by the Indian secular nationalism. They live for that. This is the point you have to understand, and this is what was mentioned here. Okay, so we'll move to the next part. So here we have recommended a dose of humor and democracy. Okay, so they are saying that, like, in at present there are some tendencies that are developing and tolerance in Indian society is going down. कहीं ना कहीं टॉलरेंस जो है हमारे यहाँ पे वो कम होती जा रही है. ओके, स्पेसिफिकली ह्यूमर को लेके, सी ह्यूमर इज अ रियली पावरफुल टूल. यू कैन क्रिटिक समवन, ओके, इन अ सटल वे. आप एक सटल तरीके से किसी को क्रिटिसाइज कर सकते हो. आप मोदी जी को भी क्रिटिसाइज कर सकते हो. एंड इन ह्यूमर एंड इन इंडिया ह्यूमर इज स्टिल देयर. ओके, सो यहाँ पे भी चलता है ह्यूमर. देखो, आई वुड लाइक टू टेल वन थिंग. So here they have written this editorial. This editorial is point of view of this person. ये editorial सिर्फ इस जो ये व्यक्ति हैं इनका point of view है. Okay, so we have seen multiple times, you know, multiple comedians making you can say fun of Modi ji. मित्रों मित्रों करके लोग बोलते हैं ना, मित्रों. Even on radio it is there. So humor is still existing. Humor आज भी इंडिया में exist करता है. ऐसा नहीं है, इतना डैमेज नहीं हुआ, बट डेफिनेटली दे हैव रिटन दिस एडिटोरियल एंड विल डिकोड दिस एडिटोरियल. ओके, सो हियर दे आर सेइंग दैट इन इंडिया देयर इज अ टेंडेंसी ऑफ टोटलिटेरियनिज्म. ओके, सो दे आर सेइंग वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स अ मेजोरिटेरियन स्टेट. हम मेजोरिटेरियन स्टेट की तरफ जा रहे हैं. एंड मेजोरिटेरियन मीन्स दैट वट एवर मेजोरिटी वॉन्ट्स, स्पेसिफिकली द हिंदू community, whatever they want, we are moving in that direction. Okay, तो ऐसा इनका मानना है, but I don't think so. I still believe that Indian constitution and its values are quite, you can say, strong enough to defend the secular character of India. Then he's saying that we know that satire, or you can say humor, it's a double-edged sword. It is capable of inducing light-hearted moments and heavy thoughts. दोनों चीज़ें साथ साथ हो सकती हैं. आप लाइट हार्टेड मूवमेंट भी इंजॉय करोगे और हैवी क्रिटिक भी आप किसी का कर सकते हो. एंड इट्स अ वेरी पावरफुल पॉलिटिकल वेपन. ओके, so here he's saying that we are moving towards the darkness of totalitarianism, where where if anyone tries to say anything against the government, अगर कोई क्रिटिक करने की कोशिश करता है गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट, एंड दैट पर्सन माइट बी टारगेटेड. सो there is another person called Arvind Narayan. In his book he has declared that India is moving towards undeclared emergency. Okay, so but I would like to tell you this thing, that constitutionalism and the politics of resistance still exist in India. तो आप इंडियन करेक्टर को समझिए. हम जो है काफ़ी विद्रोही हैं. बाय नेचर इंडियंस आर, you can say, rebellious. So you bring a law, आप कानून बना के ले आओ. So you have to persuade people to follow it. जबरदस्ती कोई कानून नहीं मानेगा. You have to persuade them. This is the Indian character. We are rebellious. जो society that is rebellious, you cannot introduce the totalitarian ideas in that society. ये बात समझनी चाहिए हमें, ठीक है ना? So yes, there can be a, you can say, a government which is having majority, and we do acknowledge that कि वो single party यहाँ पे government बन रही है. But that doesn't mean that even the thought process of Indians have changed. हमारी thought process as such इतनी change नहीं हुई है. Okay, so this is the point you have to understand, that he's saying that our society might be transformed. I am saying that still it is not there. You have to understand the rebellious nature of Indian people. That's the point here. So totalitarian regime, in my, you can say, in my opinion, it might not be there. अभी नहीं होगा ऐसा. Yes, they are writing in the newspaper, but reality is somehow different. Reality थोड़ी different हो जाती है. Okay, so this is what it is. So keeping head above water in Silchar. So major flood issue is going on in Silchar. Floods वहाँ पे काफ़ी नुकसान पहुँचा रहे हैं. Okay, so here you can see, like, people, they are facing this issue. Water shortage है यहाँ पे, ठीक है ना? ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का शॉर्टेज है. ओके, वैसे तो पानी बहुत है, but drinking water shortage, you don't have that. And whenever these floods and all they are there, so there are high chances that the कोई एक तरीके से डिजीज फैलने का डर भी ज़्यादा रहता है, स्पेसिफिकली इन द रिलीफ कैंप्स. So government have formed relief camps and all, but still we have to come out with the flood resistant infrastructure. आपको आपका flood resistant infrastructure banana padega. That's the point here. Okay, because over the time what is going to happen due to climate change, the intensity of the events are going to increase. ये जो floods और droughts हैं इनकी intensity काफ़ी increase होने वाली है, intensity increase हो जाएगी. So it means that they will have the potential to damage the development that we have carried out. Okay, तो अगर हम अपना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेहतर नहीं करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली आने वाले टाइम में भी प्रॉब्लम आने वाली है. ओके, सो दैट्स द पॉइंट. अदर देन दैट देर इज नथिंग मच, कुछ खास नहीं है यहाँ पे. So we'll move to the next part. Now sedition law should go. This is what Sinha is saying. Okay, see, we have section 1 to 4A and we declared it to be undemocratic. हम इसको कई बार undemocratic बोलते हैं, ठीक है ना. So you have Supreme Court judgment which says that till the time violence is not being propagated, अगर कोई आदमी violence propagate करने की बात नहीं करता है, you cannot impose section 124A till the time the idea is not to damage the public order. आप section 124A को impose नहीं कर सकते हो, but we have seen it multiple times how this particular principle is violated. किस तरीके से इसको violate किया जाता है and regularly section 124A को impose किया जाता है. The other problem is that the conviction rate is really very slow, very less. जो conviction rate है इस section के अंदर वो बहुत ही कम है, but still regularly sedition के charges frame किए जाते हैं. That's bit problematic. So here we have another news. DRDO carries out test flight of autonomous unmanned aerial vehicle. Okay. Now, yes, like it was there in times of India that this particular UAV that we are trying to develop, it will provide the stealth technology. Okay, so stealth technology means it will be difficult for the enemies to detect, difficult to detect. Okay, this is what we are working upon. So it's a good thing. This is how, you know, this is the face of modern warfare. आज के दिन का modern warfare यहाँ पे ही चल रहा है, ठीक है. So we have to prepare ourselves for that, and it is a good thing that you are carrying out indigenous production. आप import करने की बजाय खुद ब खुद indigenous इसको बना रहे हो. It's a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing. Other than that, there is nothing much. Okay. India's nuclear policy reflects past ideology. Okay, so here this statement has been made. See, whenever we talk about India's nuclear policy, we always say that we are having this nuclear technology as a peacemaking tool, as a tool to develop to benefit humanity. ये हमारा major take रहा है, हम उससे कभी भी पीछे नहीं हटे हैं. Okay. So other than that, there is nothing much. Modi holds talk with Putin. Okay, they had a telephonic interview and they discussed about multiple things, specifically the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Okay, so now Putin is saying that Western countries, they don't want early solution to this Ukraine crisis, and they are intervening in this particular war, and because of that, the complexity of the situation is further increasing. तो ऐसा पुतिन साहब बोल रहे हैं, बट स्टिल वी हैव टू सी व्हेन थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू बी ओवर. ओके, गवर्नमेंट हाइक्स ड्यूटी ऑन गोल्ड टू कुशन रुपी. सी, वी हैव सीन लोग क्या करते हैं, गोल्ड का बहुत चाव है इंडिया के अंदर. सो इट वाज ऑब्जर्व्ड दैट नियरली इन द मंथ ऑफ मे 6 billion worth of gold was imported. Now as we have to import gold, it means that we will be requiring, you can say, dollar. The rupee is already weakening, rupee already weak हो रहा है, तो उसके context में it is important that you need to curtail your imports. आप अपना import curtail करें, and this is what government has done. They have increased the import duty on gold, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So other than that, there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं है यहाँ पे. Okay, so here we have this thing on international news, international page. Now at least 21 killed in Russian missile strike in Odessa. Okay, so see, whenever we talk about Russian power, Russia has this missile technology. They rely too much on missile technology instead of their land forces and air forces. They have more preference for missile technology, and this is how they are using it. Okay, this is how they are using it. So stop interfering in Afghanistan. This is what their leader has said. Along with that, Australia and France seek thaw in relation. See, this was related to the formation of AUKUS. So this AUKUS was formed, and as this was formed, Australia will get nuclear powered submarine from US and UK. The same Australia was having agreement with France. Okay, फ्रांस के साथ इनका एग्रीमेंट था रिगार्डिंग द डीजल पावर्ड सबमरीन कि डीजल सबमरीन फ्रांस प्रोवाइड करेगा ऑस्ट्रेलिया को. नाउ आफ्टर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ओकस, ऑस्ट्रेलिया कैंसल्ड दिस डील. ये डील कैंसिल हो गई, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डेवलपमेंट फ्रांस वाज नॉट हैप्पी विद ऑस्ट्रेलियंस. France was not happy with Australians. So since then this issue was prolonging, but right now this news is saying that they may be trying to improve their relations. Whatever damage that was done, they will overcome that damage. उसको दोबारा वो सुधारने की तरफ लेके जा रहे हैं. Okay, so this is the point that you have to understand. This was the whole story. ये पूरी की पूरी कहानी थी कि कैसे इन द पास्ट दिस वाज अ मेजर इशू, एंड नाउ दैट इशू हैज बीन say improved, or you can say they have tried to resolve this issue. We don't know what will be the thing, but that agreement, that deal that France got is not existing anymore, and this is how sometimes problems do occur even among the friends. दोस्तों के बीच में भी थोड़ा मनमुटाव हो जाता है. Okay, so this is what we have in today's session. So that's it for the day then. Thank you very much.